If you pay for any app that gives you a live dashboard, and I mean any app, Claude might have just killed that entire industry. I don't say that lightly. In the last week, I built a live YouTube analytics dashboard, a content pipeline that syncs to Notion in real time, and a week at a glance view that pulls from Gmail, Slack, and my calendar, all from a single chat window. This didn't take any coding. I didn't do this from a backend, and there's no monthly fee. Here's everything I've built and exactly how you can do the same thing for your channel. So to understand why this is actually a big deal, you need to understand what the problem was before. Claude already had something called artifacts. And if you use them, you know they're useful. You can build dashboards, trackers, little interactive apps, all inside a chat. Problem though, is they behaved like a photograph. Something happens, you take a photo of it, it looks great in the moment, but it never updates. The data inside it is frozen at whatever was true when you built it. And so this happened to me constantly. If you build this beautiful dashboard, you're excited about it, you use it for a week, and then it goes stale. The data inside of it is 2 weeks old, nobody owns the refresh, and eventually you just stop opening it. Think about how many Notion pages you've built that look exactly like that. A system that was alive for about 3 days and then just became a museum exhibit. That was the old artifact, a photograph of a moment. Live artifacts are more like a live stream. Here's what actually changed. Every time you open up a live artifact now, it doesn't render a saved screenshot. It re-executes it. It goes back to your connected apps, pulls the current data, and rebuilds in real time every single time you open it. And it saves to its own tab in Cowork with a full version history, so you can roll it back, you can pick it back up from the same place across devices. It's persistent in a way that normal chats aren't. Now, there are 3 things that you need to make this work. First, Claude Cowork. This feature is gated to paid plans only. Second, a data source. That's wherever your live information lives. Notion, Slack, Gmail, Google Calendar, whatever you connected through Cowork's integrations. And third, a prompt. You can describe what you want to see and Claude builds the interface. Look, I want to be clear about what this actually is because the framing, it really matters. This isn't about Claude getting smarter. This is Claude getting persistent. And for how you run your channel, that's the biggest unlock. Because the intelligence was really always there, but what was missing was a place for it to live between conversations. So let me show you what I actually built.
That's cool though. It has the YouTube, it has the studio. Running no leader. Top traffic sources suggested, last snapshot. And if we add some more data in here, we'll see our videos. That is our YouTube dashboard.
The first one is the one I'm most excited about for creators. It's a live YouTube analytics dashboard. CTR, average view duration, views, all pulling without me opening up YouTube Studio. And more importantly, answering the only question that actually matters when a video is live. Should I change anything on this video right now? It used to require me to open up YouTube Studio, cross-reference it with my historical benchmarks in Notion, check if the first 48 hours tracked the way I expected it. 3 apps with probably about 10 minutes of context switching every single time I wanted to check. Now, I only need to open up 1 artifact and the answer is all there. And here's the thing. It's not just the data. Because Claude built the interface, I can ask follow-up questions directly in the same chat. The dashboard and the analyst, they're the same surface. That's why the BI industry, business intelligence, has been promising for a decade and never actually delivering. Intelligence without direct action doesn't really mean much in most cases. The second thing I built was a content pipeline Kanban connected directly to my Notion database.
I built a content pipeline of the videos that is being worked on. And this, you can click on it, you can do a research, update. You know what? I want to change this a little bit. So now it's in a research. And what's cool is that you can edit these content pipelines. So for example, help me turn this into a click and drag instead of clicking it and changing it. So we're gonna send that off and it will start building this out. And let's move this around. Oh, holy shit, this is sick. Biggest downside that I've seen so far is that these live artifacts or these live dashboards, they aren't shareable just yet. It is a feature that I'm quite sure Anthropic is working on right now, but they're probably trying to get the feedback to see if this is even worth working on some more or not. This is something that a lot of SaaS companies they'll often do. So it's all done now. Let's let this load and see what happens.
Now, and I want to be upfront about this, the write back isn't perfectly native yet. When you drag a card, it generates a one-click command that you send to Notion manually.
We have just found out that Claude, it doesn't send out the requests as you're moving this. It only pulls information and it's optimized for read only, not true interaction back and forth. So if we wanted to really make a change here, then we would have Claude send off the message to Notion manually. So let's try out option A, which is chat confirm pattern.
But here's my take on that. One extra step to have everything in one place is still better trade than the alternative. I had that Notion board open in a browser tab 24/7, and this is better than that.
Okay, so what we did now is essentially what we can do now is drag a card to a new column and it moves instantly on screen. A panel slides up from the bottom with the exact command pre-written like move to ready to publish. We click to copy, we hit reload. So this is kind of the temporary workaround. So let's do that and see what happens. And now let's go ahead and check. So we move this one. I help him get 200 hours back. So see, ready to publish. Again, not the most efficient way, but it works. It's a workaround.
The third build was the one that surprised me the most. A week at a glance view that pulls from my entire stack, Gmail, Slack, Notion, Google Calendar, and it surfaces everything that needs attention in a single view. Today's events, unread messages, pending tasks.
So this is just one of my examples. Look, we have what's happening on Monday, yesterday, we have what's happening today, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This is the same thing as my calendar. It has Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Then our inbox triage. So it looks through and it classifies all of the different things that's happening inside of our inbox.
And the cool thing was that I can act on it directly. I went through my inboxes, I marked emails as read right from inside the artifact. Claude went to the browser, executed it, and the artifact it updated. The whole inbox cleared in about 90 seconds. And so then I applied my brand design system to it because you can. The UI is just code. You describe how you want it to look and Claude will rewrite it for you. Now it's styled exactly the way I want.
So this is my status page. This tells me everything that I need to know. Last night I was wondering like, can I change the UI of this? So that's what I did. I decided to change the UI to one of my branding systems. And here is what it looks like.
And that's when it clicked for me. This isn't really just a chat feature. It's an operating system. 3 builds all in one session. Now the part most people covering this don't typically tell you about. Live artifacts, it's not perfect right now. There is a lot of downsides. So the bidirectional write back, where moving something in the artifact, it instantly updates your source of record. That's not there yet. The workaround works, but it's just that it's a workaround. It could break at any moment. Live artifacts, they're not shareable across a team yet either. If you want your editor to see the same dashboard, they can't open yours. That's coming.
These live artifacts or these live dashboards, they aren't shareable just yet.
And Anthropic hasn't said anything publicly about whether re-rendering a heavy artifact counts against your message limits. For most use cases though, that doesn't really matter. For data heavy builds, pulling from a database every time you open it, that is worth watching. Now, the people who will get the most out of this are the ones who know exactly what it is right now. Now, here's the actual opportunity. Creators are making title swap decisions, thumbnail test decisions, publish timing decisions on stale data, because checking 5 different apps has a lot of friction, and friction, it typically kills follow through. Live artifacts, it eliminates all of that friction. The decision loop for your channel, it tightens up, and the creators who builds one of these in the next 30 days will make better calls than the ones still tabbing between YouTube Studio, Notion, and Gmail, Tableau, and Looker. They're not going anywhere for enterprise reporting, but the long tail of ad hoc dashboards, the Google Sheet someone maintains for a weekly stand-up, the Notion page with screenshots that nobody updates, that market, it just evaporated. This isn't about learning a new tool. You're learning how to operate machinery that didn't exist 6 months ago. And right now, that gap between people who understand it and people who don't is wider than it's ever going to be. again. So here's my challenge for you. Start with one dashboard, not 5, the YouTube analytics one. You have your CTR, your AVD, your views, it all lives in Cowork. Build that one first. It'll take you about 20 minutes. Claude will help you set it up as well. And it will be the most useful thing you build this week. Now, if you're not comfortable with that, if you want to work through this build like this live with real problems, the system, and in real time, I run a free school community called Art4. The link's below. I'll see you there if you need help. Until then, peace.